Did you know that you can control what's in your heart? You can. Whatever is in your heart right now, if you don't like how it feels, it doesn't have to stay there. I had a hidden resentment for my stepmom for 7 years. And the hidden resentment is the worst kind. It eats you alive inside. It's the kind that you have to bear alone. And now, I love her unconditionally. And I would take a bullet for her. And it has nothing to do with circumstances changing. But it has everything to do with my choice to forgive her. And I didn't want to bear the sickness inside of my chest anymore. And I thought, one day I listened to this CD that I got from my random friend. 40-year-old guy that got hit by a train and his eyes were like this. Or, no, one of them was trailing off. And all the stoners, all us stoners loved him. He was hilarious because he was just really slow and dumb. We'd be like, hey, so if you could be anywhere at any point in life, where would it be? And he said, 2 inches, exactly 2 inches to the left. Like, we all burst out laughing. So anyway, one day I'm hanging out with him, and I look over and I see in his drawer some CDs, and I'm like, what are these? And he was like, you can have them. Okay, I took him home, and eventually I was bored, and I just listened to them, and one of them was a sermon. It was the first time I ever heard a sermon as a young adult. I think on my very own with no one around. And it was all about how God had forgiven Paul, who was a Christian murderer. And I thought to myself, if God can forgive him, a Christian murderer, and turn his life around, then I guess I could forgive. And maybe see what could come from it. And just see. And then, years later, she calls me out. And she starts crying 5 years later. Your dad has cancer. I said, I know. She said, I'm so sorry for everything. Because when I was 18... before I ever heard the sermon, when I was 18, the truth came out of how I really felt for her. There was no more hugging her and saying, of you too, when she'd be so drunk she couldn't even tell I was saying of you, instead of love you. And she was having another drinking rampage, and I finally confronted her, and it was calm at first, but then she obviously escalated it and threatened me. Oh, I'm this big, I'm this old, and you're only 18, I'll F you up. And I won the fight in the world's eyes. But did I really? I ended up going to jail for 3 days, and when I came out, I had nowhere to live. And I was stuck living with the love of my life at the time, who was addicted to heroin. My brother, who was struggling with some things that I'm gonna stop myself because I don't want to, that's his business, and it's the past anyway. But that year was a very trialing year, and I wouldn't take it back for anything because I learned so much from it. But I don't think we have to go through hell to learn lessons. I could have had a better life. I could have this, I could have that, and that's okay. I love who I am. I love what I've been through because of it's made me who I am today, right? But I'm just saying, if I had forgiven her sooner, or spoke up and like just had a conversation with her, faced my fears and said, hey, this is how I'm feeling because I'm really like hurt by your actions. Maybe she would have repented sooner, you know. Just there's so many other outcomes, and I actually don't think this way in my head. I don't dwell on that. I don't think, well, what if this, what if that? I never think that way because I accept the things I can't change, you know, and I just learn from life. But I just say that maybe for you guys to think that, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to stop there and like, I feel like I went on a Benny trail. My point was, what was I saying? Let me pause it. Oh, okay, so I remember now. So she calls me 5 years later. And we hadn't talked since then. And she says, I'm so sorry for like everything I did. And I said, I already forgave you. And I believe that God, you know, has / will if you have gone to him or will go to him. But as far as me and you are, I love you and I forgive you. I forgave you. I forgave you a long time ago. And we have not had a fight since. And I haven't had any ill feelings towards her since. And I'm telling you, I used to meditate wishing she was like rotting in hell. So now I would take a bullet for her. You don't have to live with whatever, with that kind of hate. I mean, there's a difference between going through pain and letting the pain turn into hate. And then like years later when I'm like married, I get married and I start to manifest some brokenness inside me that I didn't know was there. For example, I would be overly defensive on my daughter's behalf because I felt like I was never defended as a young girl against my stepfather. And I believe as an adult there were circumstances that called for defending, that called for intervention, like someone to intervene and say, hey, hold on, wait a minute. I think you're making her feel tolerated when you're called to make her feel celebrated. No one told me that. I had to learn that by having a relationship with God and allowing the King of the universe to show me my worth and my value. I have so much to share, and I have been so shy to share it because of fear but I'm not letting that bind me because there's so many people that I believe, you know, are struggling with the similar things that I've struggled with, and I've overcome those things. And that's not to say that in a boastful way. It was a lot of hard work, and it was a lot of surrender as well. And there was a lot of rest involved, and there was a lot of choices with all of that. And some of it was miracles. But I don't think sitting and analyzing why did she overcome and not me. I mean, it's good to ask why. If your motive is to use those tools that she used, that I used, to apply them to your life, as I help you to become aware of the fact that it's possible. That's the thing. If I overcame, the first thought is that you should be having, that you should think about, is if she overcame, then it's possible. I'm telling you. I was such a depressed little girl. Didn't want to, and for no reason, and then for some very big reasons. And now I know how to get up, out of my flesh, out of the mood. I don't walk into a room in my mind, open the door, and shut it behind me, lock it, and throw away the key like it's a mood that I can't get out of. I have the key. I have the choice. Then why do I ever feel sad? If I can just switch it? If I could just push a button and not feel that anymore? It's not like that. God doesn't want me to just push a button and like not feel sad. He wants me to allow myself. It's okay to feel what you feel. In fact, feel pain to its totality, because avoiding it is bad to avoid it. But don't let it define your every move, your every choice, your every action. Don't let it keep you from using your gifts or creating something that day or serving someone else that, and just having other people on your mind of how you can love them and serve them. And don't let it keep you from doing what makes you happy, doing what you know you need to do, whatever it is, whether it's going to the gym and getting fit so that you can run with your daughter on her in her race. If no one's told you that you're worth it, like, if no one has fought for you, you don't know what it's like to have someone love you so much that they are travailing for you. Sorry for the commercial. Travailing for you. Then I'm here to tell you, like, that you are so loved. All these stories, they reel you in, man. Alright, I'm gonna go. I love you. I love each and every one of you, and you're so special, and you're worth it. Get out of your flesh today. What can you do today? Not next week, but today. And I'm quoting my friend who's not my friend, but he's my friend, even though I've never met him. I love him so much. His name is Abel Hart. I don't know if we 100% agree on everything, but so far we do. And I listened to him today for an hour. It was like watching a male version of myself because of his words. His words and his thoughts, his thought processes, his beliefs, and his experiences of renewing his mind, his perspective, has changed over a period of time where he's become like a new person. That is so me. And he really inspired me today to get up and start sharing, even though it's really long, because I keep being told, oh, you need 15-second videos. Are you kidding? I have way more. Way too much to share. So, I'm going to post this one to YouTube. And maybe I'll do a little short clip of it on TikTok to let people know it's on YouTube. So, come to my YouTube channel. I love you.